Okay, we now have some more information in regards to the food stamp situation for the month of November and all of this new information that came out multiple times yesterday, but we now have new information right here, right now, this morning that I want to bring to your attention because this is getting to be significantly more serious. And there's also an emergency order that came out this morning as well. Okay, so I want to bring you up to speed as far as where we're currently at right here, right now. To put this into context, I'm hosting this live stream Friday, okay, Friday, November 7th. I just wanted to give you that context so that we can all be on the same page because I know this has been changing a lot lately. And again, I continue to see your comments and your questions down below. Thank you so much for all of you watching these videos and being here. I truly appreciate it. And again, I know this is a very uncertain time. If you're new, if you have not done so, please make sure to subscribe so you can make sure to stay tuned. A lot of things continue to change by this, and I'll continue to be here for you by your side to help you in any way that I possibly can. Okay, so let's kind of do a fast little recap here because again, a lot has changed literally in the last 18 hours or so. Honestly, not even the last day. A lot of things have changed, okay? Okay, so anyway, yesterday, remember, the judge came out and ruled that the administration must pay full SNAP benefits by the end of the day today, okay? Remember this? I talked about it in a couple live streams yesterday, but that was the ruling that came out of the judge. The USDA must supply all the money to states by the end of the day today to send out the full benefit, okay? Well, then late yesterday evening, the administration repealed that, okay, and basically said, no, we're repealing this in the Federal Court of Appeals, okay? Now, this morning, here's what happened so far this morning. The administration has filed an official appeal of this with the Federal Court of Appeals, okay? So they're appealing this, formally. And what's interesting about this is that it's an emergency request to pause the order out of the judge from yesterday for the full distribution of SNAP benefits by the end of today. Okay, now why does this matter? Well, obviously, because what they're saying here in this official appeal is that the federal judge basically stepped outside of his bounds and basically requested something that can't officially be done within a timely manner. So with that being said, they're officially appealing this, and what that means is that it's just going to drag this process out a bit longer, but there's actually more details to it. Remember, the official order out of the judge was for the USDA to file or to send out the money to the states by the end of today. Now, the administration who is calling on this appeal, or again, with this emergency order that came out today with the official request and the official appeal of this, they're basically calling on, by 4 p.m. today, they're calling on them to step in, as in the United States Court of Appeals. They're asking them to step in by 4 p.m. today, obviously East Coast time, okay, to come in and basically intervene with this whole thing and pause the request out of the judge that came down yesterday to issue these full benefits to all beneficiaries basically within the next couple of days here, as the states would be getting the money, okay? Now, what's interesting is the Department of Justice, who is representing the USDA, okay, through this process here, is basically coming forward and suggesting that USDA would essentially need to find $4 billion in a metaphorical couch cushion. Could you imagine that? I'm not sure about you. I'd love to find $4 billion in a couch cushion, right? Maybe you find a couple dusty nickels or something like that, but no. They're basically saying in a metaphorical couch cushion, they're looking for $4 billion that they need to send out the full benefit. They essentially don't have the money. That's what they're saying, is that we don't have the money. We don't know where we're going to be getting it from, and we don't know where we're supposed to just come up with this $4 billion. They're using this metaphor of, hey, we're supposed to just like dig around in our dirty couch cushions and pull out $4 billion. It'd be nice, but unfortunately, that's not really going to happen, is essentially what they're saying, okay? The Department of Justice that's representing the USDA with this. So again, not shocked that we're seeing this, but this is the emergency request that came out today, literally right away this morning here, calling on them, as in the Court of Appeals, to come forward and help with the pause of this ruling out of the judge. Okay, now you might be thinking, great, all this sounds great, sounds like a lot of technical terms, all of this, but what does it mean for the beneficiary? At the end of the day, what does it mean for the food stamp, the SNAP beneficiaries, who are obviously a week into the month already? Maybe if you're lucky, you've received a partial payment. Not everybody. Some people have received partial payments. Certainly not everybody. Some partial payments have gone out earlier this week on Wednesday. some going out, yesterday and today, many, many more going out next week. But what does it really mean for the beneficiary at the end of the day going forward? Well, as I mentioned in the live stream last night, what this is really going to do is slow down the process. It's going to slow down the process because during this time when they're, duking this out in court, what this is going to happen is it's going to slow the process. It's basically going to pause everything, freeze everything. Let's pause everything while we wait and while we argue this whole situation out. So that's really what this is going to do, is just pause the distribution of any money. Now, to be fair, okay, just to be 100% fair so that we're all on the same page here and understand the full picture of what is actually happening. A few days ago, in conjunction with the order out of the judge, the USDA did distribute the $4.65 billion that was distributed to the states. They did send that out to the states as of a couple days ago. That's about half of the money that they need. And again, you probably know that by now because I've mentioned it many times in other videos. But they sent out about 50% of the money that is needed for the benefits for the beneficiaries. The problem with that is that some beneficiaries are going to see about a 65% distribution of their pay, right? So about a 35% reduction, and about 5 million households are going to see $0 this month as of right now, as it stands at this moment. So we're still in this major situation where there's still a lot of uncertainty. They continue to go back and forth. The federal judge is saying one thing, USDA and Department of Justice are saying something else and saying this can't be done. It's illegal. It's the distribution of this money. We don't have it. First off, we don't know where we're going to get the money from. That's another part. So there's still a lot of indecision here and a lot of uncertainty where it seems like a number of people that are involved in this and different government entities don't really know what the technical rules are. There's a lot of back and forth, as in it doesn't really seem like they have come together on a consensus of what the actual law states that they can do during this time. So it's kind of where we're at. We're stuck here, okay? But like I said, beneficiaries should be seeing about 65-ish% of your benefit. Some of you have already received it. Some will be receiving it here over the coming days. So that for sure will be coming still. That's not what they're arguing about here. They're arguing about the other portion, the other half or so, give or take a little bit, of the benefit that's supposed to go out to the beneficiaries for the month of November, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's what they're arguing about. It's not the money that's already been sent out by USDA to the states. It's the remainder that is still due to the beneficiaries, if that kind of makes sense for you, okay? But either way, one last side note I want to point out as well, the Senate apparently is going to be voting today on another piece of legislation to reopen the government / just fund the SNAP program for the full year, as in out until the end of September next year. So this issue could be behind us if the lawmakers just come together and pass that legislation today to actually get the SNAP program fully funded out until the end of September of next year. Okay, so there's multiple different things that are happening right now. Obviously, I'll continue to keep you updated. This just came across the wire. Wanted to give you an update on this. And again, I know a lot of you here in the community are waiting for these updates every day, looking for the information to come across. Even though it sounds kind of confusing, it seems a little irritating. It seems like totally unnecessary with all this happening. I know, but I'm also seeing your comments down below saying, thank you so much for these updates. We appreciate this. We know it's confusing. We know it's irritating, but many of you still want to know what's going on. And that's why I'm bringing these updates as this information is coming across the wire. Still a very confusing time, okay? Anyway, I appreciate all of you. Please, if you have not done so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I guarantee you we will see more information out today on this matter. I 100% guarantee it. Reason is the federal judge demanded that the states receive that money by the end of the day today from USDA. And basically, with this official emergency request just filed by the administration this morning, again, with the United States Court of Appeals is suggesting pause that order out of the federal judge. My point is, there's going to be some rebuttal here. There's definitely going to be some remarks back and forth. We will get more updates on this. I'll continue to watch it and bring you information as we get it. I hope this helps you. Again, please subscribe if you're new here. If you have not done so, please subscribe. I'll be here for you. I'm sure I'll see you again very soon. Hopefully not in the next 10 minutes, maybe, or maybe in the next couple hours for sure. I will certainly bring you the updates as we get them. Please enjoy your day. I'll see you again very soon.